Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
All
Do you
right.
want to know one of the
If you can control Z those back, I don't know if it's still possible, but yeah. Sweet. Thanks, Eric. Okay, so that's somewhat related to what we were talking about before when it comes to who should pay on the first date. Mm-hmm. So this kind of went semi-viral. Basically, you have a woman self-identifying as progressive, liberal, whatever, who's like wants like a traditionally masculine man to pay for the first date, do all the shit. So let's get everybody's reaction. Let's go around the table. We're gonna start with you, and then we'll go around this way. Any thoughts on that? You right here.
Me.
Yeah, into the mic, please.
I feel like I have a thought. Can we go?
Yeah, we'll skip. What about you, Gabby?
I feel like every girl wants a guy that's going to be like that. But it's becoming less and less apparent in this day and age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your reaction?
I feel like she missed the whole. Well, I mean, a conservative woman or a traditional woman, just because you're the one who's cleaning house or cooking or having the babies, that doesn't mean that your opinion or your thoughts are just completely disregarded. I'm sure there are many conservative men out there that value their partner's opinion. And if you're equal counterparts or if you're good together, then you should be able to, provide some insight into decisions.
I got beef. I'm not gonna even lie. So I'm just gonna say, if you want a traditional man, and that traditional man, so that it's likely that traditional man is gonna want a traditional woman, right? So if you don't fit that archetype, right? If you can't satisfy the traditional role, right? Then it doesn't make sense. There's just not a congruency. Like 2 + 2 is not really equaling 4 there. So like if, for example, he comes to the table, right? And he's like, I would like a woman that is gonna clean, cook, and do all that stuff, right? And these are the terms that he's setting for everybody, right? And so he's very transparent and he's very forthcoming about that. And you come and you meet him with, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this, and I don't like that. That's just an incompatibility, and that has nothing to do with him being a piece of shit. I'm sorry, is that inexcusable?
Just go ahead.
I'm sorry. Okay, and that has nothing to do with him or anything like that. It's just strictly an incompatibility. It means you're looking in the wrong place or you're looking for the wrong one. So you might want to reevaluate what you're looking for and maybe be a little bit more eye to eye with that, because there's just a mismatch there. That's all I can say.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, the video kind of just gave me whiplash, to be honest with you. Is she just talking about what? I don't know. It's just, yeah, it was just a lot. I don't know. It was just a lot.
Well, okay, so she's saying she's basically a progressive woman who is like, man, these guys in LA, like, I'm so liberal, but like, I want a guy who's traditional and pays for the first date and does all these more traditionally masculine things. But if she's not traditional herself, is it fair for her to be asking for these sorts of things?
I don't think anyone's really traditional anymore. I mean, you can assume you can be as traditional as you think people, what traditional is, but I don't know if there really is a traditional anymore. Everybody's kind of different, and yeah, like what you were saying, if you meet on, you have to meet in the middle in any situation. So it's just not going to work out, especially if you have two different viewpoints.
Yeah,
not
that
going to
just
work.
doesn't make sense. It's like oil and water. Like, what you think, bro? Like, that's crazy.
Fighting fire, fire.
What about you, Sophia? Your reaction to the video? It was kind of prompted by, or I think it was prompted by what you said, but
About what?
well, you said you're like feminist. You're probably more liberal, right? But you want the guy to pay on the first date. So do you resonate with what she said?
That she wants a conservative man, like.
Well,
like,
I don't
you know,
think she
conservative-
doesn't.
Not like, you know what I mean.
She wants a
conservative
liberal
values.
soy boy guy but who will still pay for her date, still be like provider, still be a protector, still be the
Yeah.
gentleman, open the door, et cetera, et cetera.
So.
Do you have a reaction to that? Agree, disagree?
I just think that she needs to work on herself.
Did you get stoned before? Nikki, what about you?
Why did you say soy boy? Like when you referencing to her, why did you say like soy boy, like
What do
or
you mean?
whatever you said, like opening doors, paying on first dates? Like why did you say that? I'm just trying to understand.
Why
where
did I
you're-
say soy boy?
Yeah. Why did you say it?
It wasn't that heavy. It was
It's
just
not
like,
heavy, but I'm just trying to see how you're thinking. I mean,
What do you
like,
mean?
why did you say soy boy?
Why did I say soy boy?
Out of every
It's a
word.
slang.
It's just like
Yeah,
typically.
I've heard it before.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but like it's kind of
It's 'cause
saying
the
like
girl in
he's
the
saying like he's a
video-
wussy, like
Okay,
oh, like he's
someone-
paying on the first date. So
explain what a
why
soy boy
why
is.
do you?
The girl in the video says she wants a liberal.
She
Soy
wants a
boy
liberal.
is a liberal, somebody who likes soy milk, I thought.
Yeah, someone. It's
So
really
they
not
say
that
that's
heavy.
not-
Just like someone who drinks
Yeah,
soy.
she's a little
Like
nickname.
Is it really?
vegetarian. It's
Oh,
like
I was
often
like-
used to like.
Oh, I misunderstood what soy boy was.
That's why I'm
Heavily.
saying,
What
I
did
was
you think
like-
it was?
It's often
I
used
was
to
like-
just as to basically say like a weak guy.
But why did
Okay.
you reference him as weak for opening doors
Well,
and
we can
paying
talk
on
about the
first
semantics
dates?
of what I said or I didn't say, or. we
But
can
I just
stick
want to.
onto
I
the
want to get to
topic.
know. Like we're talking, right?
Yeah, I
but
just told you.
But
It's
why?
like a weak man.
Why did you think that he's a weak
Why
man?
are you asking me this question right now?
Because I'm trying to understand where you're coming
I'm trying to
from
understand where you're coming from.
in a referencing way.
But
So
let's
you're saying
stick
that
to
a
the
man. So
topic.
you're saying that a man is a wussy because he pays
Are you just
for the
arguing
first.
to argue?
No, I'm just trying to say like where you're coming from. So you're saying that a man is not supposed to pay on the first date.
That's not
and
what I
then so
said. She was,
so that
she was
he's a
saying-
wussy for doing that, right?
No, she's saying that she doesn't want like a conservative dude. She wants like a super progressive liberal guy. And I added a little cherry on top, like, oh, maybe a soy boy. A soy boy.
So I have a
So-
question for you.
We can have a semantic argument, like if you object so heavily to why I,
I
use that
don't,
specific,
but I'm just trying to
specific
wonder
term.
why did you just use those words? You could have just said like, "Oh, he's just
It's not that
a
heavy.
caring guy" or something like that. I mean, like that's just normal in a relationship, especially if a guy who believes in
not saying-
alpha male and like
I don't
just like
think
how
you're even
Rollo like
listening.
projects like the red pillars. Ooh, let's get into that. The red pillars, the ones that actually believe in like. Paying for the first day, always paying and everything, right? That's what Justin said. He pays.
I wasn't really bothered by the soy boy, but what did you think about the video?
I mean, in the video,
you.
she needs to change, obviously, but you need compromise in everything. But he's saying that as a guy, he's a wussy for paying for the first.
That's literally not what I meant.
Billy's donated $100.
He was saying it in a liberal
Soy
sense.
milk
In
has
a liberal sense,
phytoestrogens.
yes.
But also,
Okay.
So what is your understanding and your
Brixton
thinking?
is scientifically
think?
correct.
Soy milk makes men more feminine. Brixton is scientifically correct. It's
you're saying
literally
the red
like
pills?
it's
So the
like
red
a
pills?
it's like a silly insult.
yeah.
So you're okay. So
Not
we're
directed at
saying-
anybody at this table. It's just like
Okay, but
you
I
could
am.
say.
I
huh?
think that video, that lady has it so backwards. It's gotta be satire or something because,
No, she's got a whole channel full of them.
Like-
I see, she's in her car
If
and
you-
her entire channel.
if you want a man that's gonna be a leader, then you have to submit to him. You can't.
Exactly.
That
So
just doesn't make
why are you
sense.
saying that he's a wussy for saying that
That's-
he's
No,
providing-
You're
soy
not.
boy
I'm
doesn't
not
mean
saying.
wussy.
I am not saying that you are a soy boy if you want to pay for the date.
Mm-hmm.
I am saying she wants a progressive, super liberal dude.
And that, a nickname for
And
that is
a,
soy boy.
a nickname, a
So
semi-derogatory
basically somebody
nickname.
that bends to her will, that like everything that she says that he does, basically.
I would say,
you're
okay,
really overthinking
soy
this.
boy is like the liberal version of redneck. You know, like you can call somebody like a redneck, and you're not talking about like a specific person.
So does
But-
it specifically pertain to like your political standing or like what?
I don't
side
think
you
so.
lean
I
on?
think, I think it just
rednecks
pertains to the
wouldn't drink
person.
soy milk.
I
Give me some steak. Give me some red meat.
Raw milk. That's what we drink.
Okay, well that
Okay, so, like people who like consume soy probably are more likely to be a bit more liberal. People who are vegetarian are more likely to lean a bit more liberal in their politics.
And
So
that's,
where do
that's
you
just
lean then?
been the nickname.
Bro,
Brian
I'm
didn't
asking
make that
you.
up. That's just been.
I know, but where does he
Bro,
stand?
you are
in that?
literally derailing the conversation now.
I'm not. I'm trying to see where you're standing at.
I've just explained it to you. You want me to articulate all of my political stances on various political issues?
yes.
No, that's not going to happen.
Why?
So you can.
You're on a talk show. You're hosting a talk
I'm on
show.
a
then you
dating
should
talk show.
also
I'm on a dating
then-
talk show. I'm not about to articulate every single one of my political stances, whether it be firearms, whether it be abortion, whether it be whatever fucking political thing it is. The initial question was about we were reacting to something dating related.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so I've thoroughly answered your question.
Okay.
Why
let's
are you
move on then.
arguing just to argue?
I'm not arguing just to argue.
You-
I'm just
you-
trying to see where you stand at.
On
I'm
my
trying to
politics? I'd say
understand
I'm
the
politically
person.
moderate.
We're face to face.
I'd
and
say-
I'm
I'd
trying to
say I'm
understand where
politically
you are
moderate.
coming
Does
at
that
and where
sufficiently
do you
answer your
stand at
question?
by answering all these questions?
I've just answered your question.
Okay.
I'd
Then let's
consider
move on
myself
then.
politically
Then
moderate.
let's move on then.
That
Lovely.
Sounds like
Okay,
a
let's-
soy
Do you
boy
want-
thing to say.
To be politically moderate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just messing around.
Go
But
ahead.
I
Go ahead.
answered. I answered.
Oh, you
about
already
the video.
answered? Okay. Rock and roll. Okay.